And for this, I would like to invite the Executive Director of Telecentre.org Foundation, Miguel Raimilla, to come on stage. So let's receive him with a big applause, no?
Hello. Good morning again to you all. I see that yesterday's evening party was nice because people are still arriving, but this is also what we expected to have in this event, where networking is not only done in a formal meeting in an office, but it's also through inspiration and conspiration, I like to say, and good conspiration when the exchange is a more personal one and when we're enjoying a nice evening. So I'm here this morning to share with you on one pending subject of the global community of telecentres. And the subject is how can we improve the visibility of our work worldwide. For this, our foundation wants to develop a dream that's been going on for a long time. National and regional networks have made efforts, but we also need to go forward so that we obtain a global map of telecentres so that we know where telecentres are, but also to show the impact, the features of telecentres' work, and the amount of people that they service, and the type of services that these telecentres offer. Knowing that we're doing a great job is not enough. Discussing sustainability wouldn't be an issue anymore if we can go further into our strategy and our tools, the tools that we'll use and the strategy we'll use to bring more visibility to our work, because we know our work has a great effect on communities where we work. So it's a real need to give more visibility, more global visibility to telecentres. The foundation has a strategy, but for this strategy to work, we need you all to be involved and committed. We based ourselves on several documents, and our idea is a pretty conservative one. We think that there's 500,000 telecentres, but my feeling is that there's over 1 million telecentres around the world. So the 500,000 telecentres service a billion people nowadays worldwide. So this is the number of people who visit telecentres, and it will be more and more people. In the foundation, we carried out an analysis, and we already have 7,000 registered telecentres in a very basic way. But we need more interactive relationships for the strategy we want to implement in the future. This information must also enable new collaboration links with new bodies and especially potential funding sources. This means that we should improve the story we tell about our background, and we should also learn new languages so that social organizations, government programs, and private companies may find common points. Sometimes it seems like they use a different language and they can't meet on common grounds, but there are opportunities, and that's why we're going forward and we're broadening our concepts. As I said, this telecentre map will be a tool that all telecentre networks and telecentre users will access, and it will be very simple to use. Throughout the regions, we'll have global, regional, and domestic level. And more than anything, we need an attractive good story of each telecenter around the world. As I emphasized yesterday, not only is the technological infrastructure we have in our telecenters, but we want to show the work carried out by the people in charge of telecenters, because people in charge of telecenters are the ones who give a positive use to telecenters. You're broadening their know-how and their talents for them to be more relevant every day for users. So we still have time to improve. We want to share with you so that you tell us about the best practices on how to share information about telecenters. But not only do we need money, but also an active participation in involvement of domestic, national, and international networks. It took over a year and a half to collect information on almost 100,000 telecenters. Curiously enough, our initial idea was to consult and give the information to our local users. But out of these 100,000 telecenters, some of them don't belong to any telecenter associated to our foundation, which tells you that there's many more telecenters than what we think today. And as my good friend Rodrigo Bayo said this morning, there's also a great deal of cyber cafes that are understanding that the access to technology is simpler. Many more people have equipment at home, technological equipment at home, but the customized services are still interesting. Cyber cafes are becoming more like telecenters because they offer added value services. All these processes, as I said previously, also explains how, through this map, we can give more information on how this technology is impacting people's lives and changing social and economic strategies and developments. So we not only need hard facts, but we also need what new processes what are the new processes generated by these technologies offered in telecenters. And to carry out this project, we are making a great effort to set up strategic partnerships with different bodies. Collecting data doesn't just require goodwill and good agreements, but also good tools. And for that reason, we've decided to go forward into signing agreements with bodies that have a higher degree of expertise and know-how on how to manage these technological processes. I would then like to introduce one member of the board of the foundation. She's a good friend. She's also a model to follow. She's also a good example in terms of social organization. Her name is Rebecca Masisak. She's the CEO of the TechSoup organization. It's an organization. It's a NGO from the U.S. that manages most donations from big software companies in Silicon Valley and around the world. They work globally, and with them we are going forward to introduce a software. There's this section of the hub upstairs where you can know more about this One Roof software's features, and we will also use it in promoting the future telecenters. So I invite you not only to know more about this technology, but also about TechSoup. And for this, it's a great honor for me to introduce Rebecca Masisak. Thank you for your attention.